Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't think there's any question housing is one of the most important issues facing our country. We are approaching 7 million units underbuilt nationwide, and it impacts every community across the country in every type of housing stock. One of the most common refrains that I hear when discussing housing with residents across my district is their concern about the affordability of housing. It remains the most persistent challenge. With mortgage rates near their highest since the turn of the millennium, a limited housing supply in many communities, and ongoing supply chain and construction issues, it is perhaps the most difficult time to purchase a home in our region's history. This affordability crisis is further complicated by the fact that many homeowners remain unable or unwilling to sell their homes for fear of losing their fixed low-rate mortgages obtained prior to 2022. The median cost to purchase a home is more than 5.6 times greater than the median household income nationwide. And looking at the growing crisis in my district, in Rockland and Westchester counties, which pay among the highest property taxes in America, according to the National Association of Realtors, the monthly average cost of a mortgage was $1,000 more in 2023 than it was in 2022, and in Putnam and Dutchess counties, it was at least $800 more per month. That's anywhere ranging from $10,000 to $12,000 more per year on an annual basis. For many families, this is totally unsustainable. That's why I will be reintroducing, and I'm glad to see notice with today's hearing, my Housing for America's Middle Class Act. This bill will improve our understanding of the efficacy of federal housing affordability programs and of any gaps that exclude middle-income households. Mr. Hughes, given the estimated cost of construction continuing to climb, can you highlight why most builders opt to produce more expensive housing to remain economically viable?
I think most builders just address their market, what market they're going to be able to sell the homes. I deal primarily in western North Carolina, where there's no starter housing. Everything's large custom homes. It's a great market. You can only build one or two a year, but it's a good market. Everybody seems to have their expertise, I guess. Spec building is not mine. I'm more of a custom builder.
Mr. Compton or Mr. Hughes, what in your view needs to change either at the regulatory or market level to ensure that the construction industry can produce homes at a price point for middle income consumers?
Congressman, thank you. I think that what is vastly underestimated in terms of the regulatory burden is not just the cost or even the time that it imposes, but it really is the multiplicative effect that the time has on risk. And given that profit margins, whether it's an expensive house or a less expensive house or similar, is that the margin for error on less expensive houses, if you have an unexpected 3-month delay due to some regulatory issue, can take that from being profitable to a loss. And so there is simply much greater risk, both perceived and real, for lower cost houses because of less of a margin of error. And so I think making the regulatory process not only less but more predictable would be helpful in that respect.
It's estimated that the construction industry needs over 400,000 workers next year to meet growing demand. In your estimation, how can these goals be met? Direct this to Mr. Hughes.
As I mentioned before, immigration, we simply have to have a short fix. We're doing all we can for the slow, long fix, but there's got to be a way to figure this out. We've been doing it for decades, and we've got to get a handle on that.
I don't think there's any question as we deal with the economic challenges facing the country, three of the biggest issues that I see is immigration, energy, and housing. And if we actually address all three in a serious and substantive way, and address the workforce shortages, address the energy supply, and address the housing supply, our economy will be in a much stronger position, and the cost of housing will come down. I yield
Gentleman's
back.
time